So I'm a part of an internship called Urban Missions in Brussels, Belgium, through Mission to the World. I found out about it through my campus minister of RUF, or Reformed University Fellowship, back at the University of Michigan.
I actually was a part of this program at Gordon College. A piece of that was to do an internship abroad.
Coming this fall, I will be a senior at Covenant College, studying English. I've taken quite a few missions classes there, which prompted interest in doing some sort of internship or something along those lines.
I'm at Cedarville University. I'm studying intercultural studies, which is essentially the relation of how different cultures interact with the gospel message.
So I did a one-week mission trip with RUF to Greece. And I really loved being in another country. That was my first time out of the US, and I really wanted to be able to go for longer. So the fact that this internship was 2 months, I felt like I could really settle in.
I knew I was interested in missions, but wanted to try it out for shorter than a couple years at a time, and so that's how I originally ended up in Belgium.
This internship is more about people who want to learn.
In the mornings, we always start out with a group devotional, open up our day with the Lord.
4 days a week in the mornings, we'll do lesson time, spend that just learning different biblical themes.
Past week was culture, the week before that was identity.
We talked a lot about culture and how culture interacts with the gospel.
Talked about evangelism.
And we're also reading a book as a group, so sometimes our morning time will be dedicated to a book study.
A lot of learning, but there's also a very social side.
Working with the local church and being a part of that community groups and helping out at the actual church services.
Volunteering with a local community kitchen that serves the refugee and homeless population in Brussels. Or we'll sign up for like social events around the city. So I did salsa dancing lessons in this park one night. I've gone to board game nights. I've learned to crochet. There's structure in the morning, and then the rest of the week is pretty flexible.
Mentorship has been another large part of the internship. I meet with Daniel regularly, and the girls meet one-on-one with Katie.
Just to hear in a more personal way some of the challenges that face missionaries in different contexts.
So much learning happens from being in the city, being with the missionaries and learning from them in the classroom, but it also happens a lot amongst us as interns.
It was just awesome to live with a group of people who also wanted to do missions in the future, to hear from real-life missionaries about their experience.
It's kind of opened my eyes a little bit to the more realistic and day-to-day aspect of doing missions work.
This internship has really challenged me to think about being friends with non-believers, to build relationships in a way that I hadn't before.
I think one of the beauties of spending an extended period of time in another culture is that you kind of have a different shading for your lens on the world.
The church planting and the discipleship and evangelism and service, all of those things were things that I want to do and I want to do in the future.
I would definitely recommend this experience to any student who's interested in pursuing missions full-time or just wants to experience a summer internship in a foreign country where you can love your neighbors and serve God.
I've thought a lot about what I want to do after school, and the idea of doing something in missions for a bit longer has just really grown on me.
And it's been a really awesome experience to continue that learning, continue praying through, figuring out what my calling is and what God wants for me.
This experience has changed my perspective on what missions looks like.
Anyone who's a Christian can be a part of sharing the gospel.
There's a need for the gospel and for Jesus everywhere around the world.
If you have a free summer, come, because there's so much that the Lord can do with you.
It's a beautiful opportunity to grow in your personal faith.
I think you should come on an MTW internship because you will take something away, whether you're expecting to or not.